What are the type of customers you choose to work with?
Be anybody who's selling a wholesale product.
They signed up, they're excited to work with you. What next? What happens?
And so there's a couple things that you need to think about is one, cost.
Hello, sir.
What's up, man?
Once again,
Yeah.
this time in person compared to
Worldwide traveling.
worldwide traveling, right? So thank you, Eric, coming all the way to Phuket. I
Thanks for
appreciate
having
it.
me.
What are the type of customers you choose to work with in terms of let's just pick an industry? I'm sure you work with many, but let's start with one industry.
So one industry that I really like working in first, I would say, would be anybody who's selling a wholesale product, B2B. So think, fasteners, zip ties, labels. I love that because these industries have not picked up on the cold email best practices like SaaS companies have.
Okay.
And so then when you email somebody and you say, hey, do you need a vacuum cleaner? We were running campaigns for a long time for Bissell Vacuums. We were emailing hotels and saying, what's your fleet of vacuums look like and all these kind of things. That's just a campaign that I like running just generally across everything. Yeah.
Okay. They signed up. They're excited to work with you. What next? What happens?
So we, of course, need to take care of their email infrastructure and their campaign copywriting and all those things. But the hardest part, and actually, this was a perfect segue. I wasn't even thinking about it. The hardest part, though, is building this list because the hotel managers and the people who are in charge of this kind of purchasing really don't often have LinkedIn profiles.
Yeah.
So we want to try to get as much coverage as we possibly can of the people who do have LinkedIn profiles. Anytime we onboard a customer, we want to just get the list done from the get-go. And so there's a couple things that you need to think about is one, cost. If there was no budget, then we would obviously be able to get this done. But then also we need to be thinking about the data quality as well too. Most list building can be based off of either LinkedIn data scraping or Google Maps scraping. Right? We literally have every zip code in the United States, and then we literally search for hotel, motel, spa, whatever else is going to resort, whatever else is going to a casino. And then we literally, all those keywords, we go through every zip code in the United States and we scrape all of that data. So while everybody else is getting all the LinkedIn data and then Google Maps is easy enough to scrape by yourself, now you have this other repository of data that you could fill in the gaps in as well too. So then what we'll do is we'll take all the hotels that we found before and add it as an exclude list into Disco-like.
Fair enough.
So we're not paying for any of the companies.
Fair enough.
And then we use the Disco-like MCP server to then create the search filters and say, hey, we've already proven this is a hotel. This is a good lookalike. Disco-like MCP, help us improve the search until we can keep doing it. We run it on the whole database. Another hack is we're not paying OpenAI's endpoint or Anthropic's endpoint. We're literally telling Claude Code or Codex, whatever we're using at that point, to say, hey, spawn sub-agents with a cheaper model. So if we're on Claude Code, we spawn sub-agents with Sonnet. If we're on Codex, we spawn sub-agents with 5.4 Mini or Nano, whichever one we want to go with. And then right there, you could just use your Codex or Claude Code usage to just ICP score all of them right there. Literally say spawn 10 sub-agents and we'll just do all of it there. Where we use Parallel.ai or Exit.ai. And we say, okay, find me, this is a company that was approved. Find me 10 companies that look like this, that are hotels as well too. And they must pass the same ICP prompt loop as what we put on the entire data set. And you have to dedupe that we don't keep adding websites.
In your process of list building, do you also create the copy? Or are they two detached processes?
No, so I really believe that the list is the message, is a great saying. I don't know who to attribute to. I didn't come up with this. Somebody else came up with this. But so the list being the message, I think that, oh man, there's so much to say about this. We have actually, when AI email writing became a thing with basically GPT-4o Mini coming out, we saw a lot of alpha on our messages where we'd get higher reply rates if we just personalized anything. And we would literally say, hey, I saw you help VPs of finance with their expense management and I wanted to reach out to you. And that would get more opens. And now we're finding that is not working anymore because the AI edge has kind of gone off. So either we're using the lead list for multiple levels of segmentation, or when we do use AI, it is for a unique use case that the good rule of thumb is if another one of our customers were able to use this AI prompt, we probably shouldn't use it.
Okay, so in the list itself, you build the copy by definition of what you have to say. Personalization is not as much of a thing anymore. So to you, it's about the relevance of. Let me start with that. What exactly is the difference then? Are you selling signals? Are you selling? Are you trying to? Is every customer separate to you then?
So I think with both AI copywriting and segmentation, we are trying to send a message that speaks to the prospect.
Okay.
And so whatever tool helps speak to the prospect better is what we're going to go with.
Okay.
So then
okay.
it's either segmentation or it's AI.
Got it.
And I mean, personally, I like it when it's AI because then we can set up one campaign and then we can just kind of let it rip. But you have to make sure that there's actually, I usually like to, if there is a clear email, that if you were to manually send an email and it repeatedly keeps coming up that, oh, I'm going to look to make sure that they have bad Google reviews. I'm going to mention the Google review, and that is the best email that we could possibly send.
Okay, fair enough. What sequence are you using right now?
Smartlead, baby. Oh, yeah.
Sorry, we're about to run out of time, so I had to get a plug-in over there.
Oh, yeah. There we go, yeah.
I'm kidding. So Eric's user ID 11, for whoever's watching this and checking this out, user ID 11, there's where 180,000 on the ID structure. So he's pretty much the original person here.
Yes.
A lot of the product we tend to be building towards is built with a lot of advice that you've given.
Great, yeah.
And I'm very grateful for that. Now, as a concluding part to this, what does Growth Engine X look like internally by the end of 2026?
By the end of 2026, I think internally, I want to basically have the team managing agents that are going to be doing most of the work. And I want to be shipping far more experiments, far faster, hopefully automatically as well too.
Nice.
And then we're going to be probably investing far more in our client-facing talent. And then the people who have seen it and know what good looks like, because we don't need as many people to set up the campaigns and do all
the
of
operations are handled, so you're doing more people.
Yeah, more of the button clicking, I call.
Yeah.
And so then we can focus more on just like a really rock solid customer facing kind of team. So
and that's a fabulous direction. I think a lot of us are moving towards people because AI is going to handle 95% of all that jazz.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, brain has to absorb it, just like the last time we were meant to catch up. So
Yes.
I really appreciate it, Eric. Thank you for flying all the way here.
Thanks for having me.
I'll see you online, and please take care of my database for me.
Yes, absolutely. Great.